Dude, you want to see this fucking cartoon of a camera?
Yes. I felt the same way when I held it to my face. When I held Brofin's up to my face, I was like, I kind of felt stupid.
Yes, I feel ridiculous. Like, I was out shooting with it, and somebody walked by, and then they were like, they were like, what the fuck is that
Yes.
thing strapped to your face, dude?
Yes. So funny, man.
So, how's the podcast going, dude? You have a podcast now
I
with
do.
Hans.
Yes, we have our podcast camera phone. It's fun, man. It's so low key, which this is too, and I love that about this podcast. Um, and yeah, we just kind of riff. I love the call-in format. It makes it stressful at the same time as very easy.
Yeah, because they help you provide the content.
Right? But you have to have people calling in too, which is sometimes difficult so far, right? Like we got a lot of calls in the first batch, and then we had to put the call out a couple times just because it's like there's so few and far between. We're not doing them every week. We're doing them like once a month, like maybe,
Yeah.
because Hansa's schedule is crazy with his work and his school, and my schedule is crazy with just work in general. So we're just kind of like, they come out when they come out, and it's on a roughly 1 month cadence, every month cadence. But it's fun, man. It's so fun. It's so cool that people do call in, yourself included.
I've enjoyed it, dude. Havoc thought it was hilarious when you guys addressed him. And he
Yeah.
just had a blast with it.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was awesome. That first episode where we just had like our kind of bros call in and Havoc, and it was such a blast to just have that and riff off of those. Havoc's was great.
Yeah, he said something about he uses the camp snap, so why does his photos look better than some of your Nikon shots?
Yeah.
He came up with the joke. He just asked me what kind of cameras you guys used. And I
Yeah.
was like, I think they both use Nikons.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have something.
Yeah, and honestly, the answer is still the same because he's just a better photographer than we are.
Did you get your the Pentax point and shoot?
No, the dude,
What?
he's a ghoster. He's a marketplace
dude.
ghoster, man. Yeah,
That's the
we
worst.
I had arranged to get it on Friday, and he never messaged me back for a time and place. Then he messaged me on like Saturday morning. He was like, "Can you meet like now?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, no, I'm busy."
No.
And then I was just
I have
like,
plans.
I can maybe do Sunday. And it's one of those people where it's like you're literally talking back and forth. It's consecutive messaging. And then as soon as I would drop a date and time like question, right? Like, can you do this time? Can you do this day? It was on Sunday. Then all of a sudden no more messages after that. So I was just like,
Dude, that
wow,
pisses me
whatever.
off.
I'm not gonna. I mean, I would love that little camera, but I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with this guy on it.
Dude, order one from Japan.
Yeah.
You can get them for like $20.
I'll be honest, dude. I don't need another point and shoot. It was just because it popped up, great price, and you go on and on about yours. So I was just like, oh, I'll definitely get it. And then I would have, but just.
I've been trying to stay away from Marketplace and eBay for the most part. Mostly Marketplace is where I do impulse buys. eBay is where I will think about things. And I sold the drone finally.
Yeah, awesome. Love
and
it.
now there's money in my pocket. And
Yes.
I'm like, so I'm ordering 10 rolls of Ultramax from this company in New York who's short dating it. I'll send you a link. It's 10 rolls of Ultramax for $60.
Oh,
But
I
it's
think you
like,
told us about this. Yeah, you told me.
yeah, short dated for July, I think.
Yeah.
But
And I was
that's
saying
nuts.
to you that there was I think it would be just too much with shipping and conversion. Kind of equals out to around the same of what I paid.
I don't even know what's going on with the tariffs or whatever the fuck's going on back and forth between us and Canada.
Yeah.
But
I'm getting a pretty good deal on film right now, man. Like, I
Good.
get on average 20% off because
Oh shit.
with the film with the photo club, I kind of like linked up with this company and like this camera store in Toronto, and they've been supplying me 20% discount on development just
That's nice.
just because. And then I signed up for their like film club. That gets me 10% off all film, regardless of what it is.
No shit.
Um,
I wonder if there's something like that around here.
and it was like a $25 like fee, right, to just sign up for the club, but you get a free roll of film, which is $16. So it's really only $10 fee for the whole year, and I get 10% off every order, and I buy
Oh,
tons of film.
especially with the way we shoot film.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you shooting right now? Mostly, you're shooting a lot of that.
r-
Uh, what the flick film stuff? Are you shooting that? Is that what
I
it
I
is?
have a lot of it. I'm not shooting it right now because it's just too it's black and white season. So I'm just shooting a lot of black and white. I was showing you those photos today of the SHD, that Lucky.
Yeah,
Scans
dude,
aren't
that's
great.
good.
Those lab scans aren't the best. And it was like a free promo with that they offered. So like up until a couple days ago, you could, if you, no matter where you bought your Lucky film from, they were deving and scanning it for free.
Really,
So I just sent
that's
it. I paid
interesting.
like the $5 shipping that because I'm not in Toronto. So I send it to them. It's $5 shipping there and back. So it's just $5 flat rate. And I got my Devon scans for free. It was just like low res lab scans.
Yeah, it wasn't like the
But
high.
I'll get my
Did they send the
negatives.
negs back?
I'll get my
Okay,
negatives back. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like the flat rate shipping is to ship there and they'll ship my negatives back.
dude, that the color on that stuff was good. I really liked it.
On the Lucky?
Yeah, the yellows look
Yeah.
great.
It's crazy, right? It looks good. Like I said, I want to scan them myself to see what I can get out of it.
How do you like scanning?
Yeah, I mean, I've done, it's funny, like I haven't done that much yet. I've scanned 5 rolls so far. And yeah, it was like a little stressful. You know, David James, on Instagram.
Fugue photo.
Yeah. Me and him have been going back and forth a lot, just kind of, because we're scanning with the same camera too, right? So the XT30. And yeah, it's awesome, man. That copy stand I got from Negative Supply, and it just does all the heavy lifting. Yeah, he's a solid guy, man. We've been going back and forth, just helping each other out, and well, him helping me mostly, just to kind of get it started. And yeah, I love it. I mean, God, it's saving me like $18 a roll.
Wait till you start developing.
No, I don't know about that.
But I just ran out of my first bottle of Rodinal last week.
I know. We've talked about this already so
I
much.
know, but
I'm
you
never.
have the room, Dan.
I know. Maybe one day. Right now, though, scanning, great. Love it. I love it. It was a little, what's also funny is just like, I'm gonna sound like an idiot, but like, like, I never use focus peaking on my XT30, right? Like, why would I? I never manual focus with that camera. So then I had to do
Yeah.
it, and I was doing it the wrong way, man. So I thought focus peaking was the reverse of what it is. You want the color to go away, and when the color is gone, right, whatever color you choose for the focus peaking, is that's when it's in focus. No, that's not how it works. The
It's
color,
not?
no, the color is supposed to it be punching through, right? Like so like if I'm scanning, I'm like focusing on, let's just say, the edge of the picture in the negative, right? Nice clean edge. And yeah, you want like the red, for instance, if you have red color chosen, you want the red to be like on the edge. You want the color on the screen. I thought you wanted.
This explains so much.
I know it's hard to explain, but yeah.
I turned focus peaking off
I was eyeballing it
unless I
too.
do black and white.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was eyeballing it, and I think I had a little bit better success, but that's only because I was using focus peaking.
Well, I use there's a setting in my where you can crop it in whenever you manually adjust. It like immediately zooms in real far,
Mm.
and then I can adjust to the grain there, and then
Yeah,
that's fine.
and that's what I've been doing too. Just punching in and uh, but I can't get 1 to 1, and I think it's because I'm using a crop sensor,
It might be.
and like I can get close where I can fill the frame with my negative with the picture. I don't want to do any stitching, right? So just zooming in enough to fill the frame and then focusing. And then if I'm still out of focus, I'll zoom in a bit more. I think I got it to like between 1 to 3 and 1 to 2 is like the max. And also my copy stand is a little bit shorter. And I think maybe if it was longer, that would help. I actually don't know. Yeah, if it was longer, if I could get my camera up a bit higher, then I could go all the way to 1 to 1. But I just have, yeah, I just have that limitation.
I get close to 1 to 1, but because I'm using the extension rings,
Mm,
and I'm using the macro extension tubes instead of the macro lens
macro lens,
itself.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard for me because my focus throw is so short when I have those on. It's non-existent. So I have to manually lift my camera up and down until it's in focus and then tighten it down.
Yeah, yeah. I have to do a bit of that as well. It's like a bit of both. But it's like I mean, I liked the results. I was really happy with it. I was getting like edge to edge sharpness on the pictures that were like fully in focus, right? Where there was no like yeah, so it I think it works great.
Dude, I'm glad you enjoy that because that's going to lead to other things that you're going to start doing at home. I know it's inevitably gonna. You're like, well, I'm already scanning at home.
I mean, I've been doing lab scans now for so long and getting my buddy Devin he has got a little company here to do them. And I mentioned this to you before, he was doing like those 8K scans.
Yeah,
And like that's
that's
bonkers. Like all
insane.
my photos from Tokyo last trip are all in that 8K, those 8K scans.
They
And
look real good though.
I got used to that, man, because like now I'm scanning with my crop sensor and it's like a fraction of the size. And I'm like, is this gonna be big enough? But yeah, like of course it's big enough. But then the 8K, I can print a fucking billboard with those 8K scans.
That's nuts, dude. 8K. That man is providing a top-notch service. I hope he's charging properly for it,
Yeah,
because
yeah, I think so. It's like
good.
$18 a roll.
Just for scans.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's about right. But for the right person who's like, especially if you're like a working professional that's shooting film and you want to have those high res things,
Yeah.
that's
Oh
nuts.
yeah, like I'm
That's more
stoked.
than worth
I'm
it.
so happy with my photographs from that trip. Like I love having them in 8K. And I love that he did all of it for me because that guy knows what he's doing, man.
How was Japan? I know we've talked about it in the chat, but I don't think I've heard it in person, and unless I was very very drunk.
Yeah, you might have been, but uh it was amazing, dude. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool going there on my own and just kind of just being a bachelor for the first time in my life for just a short 2 week stints. And then, it was just a weird thing. Obviously, I was like, talk to my wife every single day, but like, I never been anywhere internationally by myself before. But it was cool. And having friends to meet up there was the best, right? Like, I don't know if there's anything cooler than that.
Having friends in other countries where you can just drop in and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna hang out."
Totally.
That's nuts.
And then they just
From
take
all
you
from
out.
like social media.
Yeah, yeah. All from Substack.
That's fucking nuts to me, dude.
I
Like
know.
like the photo event, I was like, people showed up.
I know, right? There's even more people that I probably could have hooked up with, but I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to spend my time when I got there. I didn't have like a real set plan, except for hooking up with Rofin, which was the best time. And then this fella, Jason Garcia, Tokyo Gitten Grain, he goes by on Substack, and
I
uh,
might follow him.
yeah, he's awesome, man. Such a rad dude. Like we had the best time. It was just like so cash. Like we just chilled. It was great. We talked the whole time. There was no like awkward silences. It was awesome.
I am very thrilled with the way the analog community has been interacting lately. Even on Instagram, it seems like, which is shocking to me. Even
Hmm.
on Instagram, it seems like there's like I don't know if they instituted some kind of new
I,
algorithm.
I've noticed, man. Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What are you up to, Meta? And I was just getting ready to be like, I'm done with Instagram. This isn't doing anything. And then I said that out loud, and my numbers started ticking up, and I was like, hang on.
Dude, yeah. My numbers started ticking out too, but more than anything, I noticed comments. People are commenting,
Yes.
which is crazy. I'm talking to like multiple people on Instagram right now that I'm just like, huh, I guess we're chatting now. It's crazy. Like I
Yeah.
was never using Instagram that way except for with you and Hans and George. Like that's it, man. Ulysses. That's like it. And now I'm like, there's like a lot of people that I'm connecting with, and we're just like chatting. It's awesome. Locally too, which is awesome. The photo club's been awesome for that. And it's been now, it's gotten to a point where we're not just waiting for the next event, because I'm just doing it monthly. Like people are just like, I have a group chat on there as well on Instagram for the club. And everyone's just like chilling, man, and like throwing pictures in there from our walks and stuff that they're not necessarily posting online. And then we're like, some are just asking whether or not they would just want to go shoot that day. Is anyone
That's
around?
so sick.
I know it's awesome. There's like, I feel like there's like some genuine friendships forming now, which is great. I mean, it'll be a year in June that I started the club, and got about 15 or so people that are kind of regularly rotate depending on who can make an event. I've been introduced to a whole nother like film collective in like locally, and it's not film exclusive, but it's called like the Halifax Film Photography, not association, but like, it's like it's a loose kind of just collective, I guess. And Um, but not everyone shoots film. They're just in it. And
Just having fun and
yeah,
taking pictures.
yeah, it's great. It's a young crowd, which I love, and not a lot of like old gatekeeping heads in there. It's like it's very cool. It's very like communal. There's no formality to it. It's just like, let's just go do some stuff, man. And it's awesome.
I need some advice from you on this actually, because so the Joshua Tree event was Ulysses planned it.
Mm-hmm.
Ulysses did all that. But now I'm doing one in Detroit in May. And how detailed do you do your routes and stuff? Do you pick a subject, or do you just do the same loop, or
Okay, well, first off, I just want to officially say it here because it's like recorded, but congrats on that walk because I know I've told you already,
oh, thank
but
you.
like so cool, man, that you just did it. And yes, the drive was intense, but like, dude, that's the start, man. And it can be that easy, right? Throw, even without negative influence, I bet even just with Ulysses, like hooking up with Ulysses over on Substack, even without negative influence, I feel like you would have had a similar turnout. It really is just about it really is about, man, just I'm a nobody in this city, man. I am not, like, the people that come to the club are like well-known local photographers who've been doing this for years professionally. They just didn't have an formal outlet for not exclusively film, but just film focused, right? Which is what I have my club as. And like, you can shoot digital, I don't give a shit, but like, and do it at the club and in an event. Like, I'm not gonna, there's no rules to
Yeah,
it,
you're not gonna
right?
kick them out.
No, of course not. Um, but it's like film focused, and I think just having, honestly, just doing it, just having someone do it instead of everyone saying like, I wish we had this thing, which I was also saying that until I was just like, I'm just gonna do it. And then I just did it. And then now it's like a thing. And honestly, I think that's all it would have taken for you as well to just, obviously having the
You might be
podcast
right.
helps, but putting in the word
Yeah.
out, just putting the word out and getting people to be like, oh, there's this thing happening and sounds cool. And you have an online presence. It's not like you're, you know, negative influence isn't you,
It is
it's
now. I changed my Instagram for
yeah,
that.
it is now, but it deserves to be now because it's blowing up. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. But um as far as advice, no, I never have a plan. Loose, 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 loose. Obviously, you have to do something that people want to do. People have to know what they're going to do or what we're doing, right? I don't think anyone wants to come to this and for me to be like, what do you guys want to do when we all get there? So like I have a loose plan. I state right in the post that is for a specific event that like we're gonna wander and we're probably gonna go off track and off path, but like of course we are, right? Like we're photographers with cameras, like we're gonna see something and we're gonna deviate. And then we might, if there's like I say that mostly because some people might come late and then I just want them to know that like there is a path, yes, and here it is. Here are the streets that we'll be on, more or less over the course of an hour. And then we might deviate, but just look for a group of people with cameras so you can't miss us.
Yeah, you'll find us.
Yeah. And then that's it. It's really loose. I don't do the same path every time. I try to switch it up. Um, with the winter, it's been harder. So I've planned some indoor events. We did I want to do like a one at like a cafe where everyone brings a photo book that they have, and we just kind of do a photo book swap, right? Where we all just kind of
That's
look
cool.
look at photo books, right? Like not swap them forever, just put them all on the
Yeah.
table, grab one, look at it, talk about it.
It's like a photo book swingers club.
Yeah, totally.
And you just trade for the evening and then it goes back to normal. No, that's a cool idea, though. That's a good way to stay active in the winter.
Yeah, it was somebody else's from the club's idea. He suggested it, and I was just like, yeah, that's a great idea. I'd love to do that. I was thinking of doing a print swap, but that's way more accessible. I don't think getting prints made in this city specifically is like I would need to plan multiple months in advance, let people know, you know, well in advance. Yeah, because a lot of people don't print, right? Their work. And
Yeah.
so they would have to get like something printed specifically for this, is my assumption. Given that a lot of the photographers in the club are new to photography and film in general. So yeah, I don't expect them to have prints ready to go. Photo book, I mean, most people have something, right?
Dude, people have been sending me prints lately. Like, oh, I haven't showed anybody this yet. I've been meaning to show it, but I just haven't done a show since then. You know Paul Maven?
Mm-hmm.
He sent,
Ooh,
it's a view of Loch Clare at the Cullen Estate in northwest Scotland. It's a gyrotype on platinum rag. So this is a darkroom print, I think.
damn.
And it has his, like, he sent it to us as a wedding gift, dude. Isn't that fucking awesome?
Dude, Paul's the best.
He is hilarious, dude. Paul Maven is one of the funniest human beings I've ever spoken to in my life.
He's just so cool and yes, hilarious and like supportive. He just supports things. Like he's called into the show twice, the Mine and Hans's podcast. Like he comments on lots of stuff. Like he's just active, and more than anything though, he's like active and supportive, right? Like he's awesome, man.
It's like a head figure in the, like, especially in the Substack community, I think. I think he's like a figurehead is the word I'm looking for. A
Hmm.
figurehead. He's one of those older guys who isn't a complete asshole, which is hard to come by.
Yeah,
He talks so much shit and it's hilarious.
I know.
And he's so talented and funny and he just cracks me up. I love Paul Maven so much.
Yeah, that's a rad gift, man.
Yeah, I was so excited.
So cool.
But yeah, people have been sending me prints and stuff, but most of my photo books are like I've picked up at thrift stores and stuff. I feel bad not having purchased other people's photo books, but at the same time I'm like, do you know how much we charge for these damn things? Cuz I run a podcast. What kind of income do you think I got, guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole, man, like I'm heavily looking into how I want to make a zine or a book. I'm not too sure yet, out of a select number of photos that are very themed, right? I've told you about this before, but like um from the Tokyo trip, like work developed out of it, right? I didn't have a, a specific idea on what I wanted it to be from a project perspective. I wanted to see what blossomed there. And something did. And then I've been holding those photos back, and I want to make not a huge book, probably zine size, but I've just seen so many amazing examples lately of people's books, like self-published books, that are like awesome. It's exactly what I'm looking to do.
I'm chomping at the bit, dude. I want to do it so bad. I just haven't pulled the trigger. Like, I'm working on a split book with a couple people
Mm.
where it's like a 3-part series, and we're picking a topic where we're all shooting our version of it from where we live.
Oh yeah, you told me
And
about this.
did I?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think that'll be fun.
I've got like a crazy memory. So
Dude, I don't. I forgot about that until we started talking about it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing a photo book in this
yeah.
project.
Honestly, man, it's funny because I didn't know you could search our chat history on Instagram. And when I found that out, like that was a game changer for me because it's unscrollable how much we've talked
Yes.
over the last year and a bit. You can't.
Yeah.
I've been like, what did Hans say when he was doing this thing? I was scrolling and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm gonna be here forever. And then I can't remember who mentioned the search function. I was just like, huh? And I went and I found it and I was just like, oh my God.
You can do it on Facebook Messenger too if that ever. You don't use Facebook though,
No, I
right? 'Cause
don't, but
unless you're trying to spend money. It's like, well, how much money? Oh, yep, marketplace. Let's open it up.
yeah,
I
that's
opened
exciting though, man.
Craigslist.
You
I
did?
opened Craigslist. Yeah, I
Was
was
it a
like,
mistake?
no, dude, people are still posting there.
Huh.
Granted, it's a lot of car dealerships, but there's still a lot of
Oh,
people posting
weird.
stuff for sale on Craigslist.
That's kind of funny. They like found an in maybe and kind of took it over.
Older people,
Yeah.
like the Boomer and Gen X, like later Gen X.
Yeah.
But it's just like they're like, oh yeah, Craigslist is a thing.
We never really had, like, I don't know that there's a Craigslist in Canada, or maybe it is just Craigslist and it's just worldwide. I don't know. I never
Is
looked
there
at it.
Craigslist in Canada?
I have no idea.
Craigslist Canada. I
We
just sent you down a dark rabbit hole if this
we
exists.
have other things too. Like there's this thing, I don't know if you have it in the States. It's called Kijiji. Have you ever heard of that?
No,
Like
not at all.
Kijiji. It sounds like a marketplace that Hans would use.
It does sound like a marketplace that Hans would use. He's always sending me stuff from like Carrot, and I'm like,
I
what the
know.
hell is a
I
carrot?
know, dude. I'm like so scared to click on this link.
I won't. I don't. I just thumbs up it.
Yeah.
I won't click that link.
He's busy. Maybe he won't watch this. Um, yeah.
He's gonna watch it. He
The
wants to talk shit in case we talk shit.
I want to bring it back to the book though, man, because that's exciting. Like that book idea that you mentioned with the group. That's cool. That's super cool. I love that.
I know we came up with the topic. I just don't remember what the topic is. But
Mm.
I like the topic you came up with for your zine or book or whatever it comes into. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't know if you said anything about that publicly.
I don't think I have.
That's such a good concept.
Oh, thanks, man. I feel like it's been done in different ways. I'm hoping that I'm doing it in a different way. We'll see. Even if I'm not, does it really matter? I don't think so.
No, it ain't going to matter because
Yeah.
it's still going to. People's memory is short.
It is.
Okay, most people's memories are short. And they're going to be, oh, yep, just moving on. Yep, just moving on. And
Yeah.
they're not going to register that that's what it's going for.
Yeah, I mean, totally. I get it. So you mentioned too something that stuck with me, and you brought it up here a second ago when you talk about like the your initial book idea. You were going to call it American Halcyon, but like you said you were going to change the name now. Have you come up with something new?
Wreckage? American wreckage. I don't know, man. that I haven't really commented on it outside of Substack or said anything about it, but the level of poverty that I saw, like, yeah, the reservation areas have been bad for years. And I'm
Hmm.
not talking about the reservation in this case. I'm talking about Oklahoma
Hmm.
and New Mexico. Like, there's a major city in New Mexico that has dirt roads for main roads and
Right.
just not good. But New Mexico is gorgeous. It's just the infrastructure. They aren't investing in that, and they're not investing in the people. And instead, it's just dying.
Right. Because I don't think that's what you were expecting, right?
No, like, well, I knew Albuquerque was going to be bad. I've seen Breaking Bad, and that's not wrong. That's that's what Albuquerque's like.
Mm.
Albuquerque is by far the sketchiest city I went to on this entire trip,
Damn.
and I didn't even stop. I like pulled into a parking spot, made eye contact, stepped back on the gas, drove back out, hit the highway, and was gone. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I that look alone told me I'm gonna die here. And other photographers gave me the heads up to. They're like, don't do it. We've been there. It's not worth it. Somebody's gonna do something stupid. But it's just, dude, like driving through Oklahoma was one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life. It's
Damn.
just the amount of trash. You know, like the wire like barriers that they put along some highways and stuff.
Hmm.
The amount of trash that was piled against this looked like it had been just scraped off the top of a landfill. It was probably 3 feet deep in spots
Are these in
along
like
major
on
highways.
the highway? Like, where's that garbage coming from? Is that just people tossing stuff out their windows?
Tossing stuff out the windows from
Wow.
houses, from tornado. There's probably tornadoes that ripped
Mm,
some stuff up and they never
right.
cleaned up. But it was
That's
nuts,
crazy.
man. I was sad driving through Oklahoma. I go in there singing like Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, like the musical, and they got real quiet real fast and stayed
Yeah.
quiet all the way through Oklahoma.
But yeah, that's crazy, man. I seen some shit too. I drove across Canada and we seen some places too where you you hear about it your whole life. I mean, Canada is not as big, right? As the States, obviously. Bigger, but not as big, right? Like you've 50 states, or we are 51. We have for 52, what is it? 55?
We have 50.
50.
I don't know, dude. We're allegedly expanding. I don't know what the exact borders are at this point in time. It's a little sketchy.
But like we have 13 provinces, right? And two territories. Like so it just feels smaller, right? It's like it's knowable. Like I can't I feel like if I lived in the States, it's like I wouldn't know where to start to remember these places. And, we have like ideas of places from like local stations that we would pick up from the States, like Spokane, Washington. And when I grew up in Calgary, like Spokane was like a station we got. We always watched the Spokane station for like American shows. Um, but like in Canada, yeah, like you have I feel like I at least have a very clear idea of what to expect everywhere until I drove across it. And there were some places that you heard of your whole life because the name is just like maybe even just like a memorable name like Thunder Bay, Ontario. And you drive through Thunder Bay and it's just not what I was expecting. Probably a lot similar to like what you're describing. It's just like really kind of and maybe it was just
In
because,
Thunder Bay?
yeah, maybe it was just what we saw just driving through and staying in a hotel for a night. But I was just like, it just wasn't what I was expecting at all. It just seemed more run down than I would have ever thought.
I think both of us have been sold versions of where we live through media influence over the years, and it's just like because got to program that shit into you to be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
look at me, we're way in. But like, I get it, I understand, and but to see that level of decimation, like I thought this town I was in was abandoned until somebody walked out of the bar, and I was like, oh. And
Yeah.
then I noticed that there was like cars parked at these abandoned houses. I was like, oh my god, people live here. I can't take photos here.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
That was jarring for me. Like it deeply affected me. I was like, I might cry. Holy fuck. This place is
Yeah,
falling apart.
dude, I can't
The whole
imagine.
section of I-40, the whole section of I-40, the section I drove, like St. Louis was nice, but I only was on the highway parts of St. Louis. I know St. Louis has some rough areas.
Yeah.
All these major cities are falling apart. The people are not being invested in, and it's very sad that it's just happened slowly over time, and it's not going to get better.
Yeah, and
And
it
we're going to
probably
have to find our
won't.
way out of it eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man. But I guess it would have shaped your photography that you took. Because, I mean, I know we've seen a good chunk, I'm assuming a good chunk of what you
Yeah,
took. But I'm curious, like, how many photos did you take while you were in that whole endeavor?
I shot 18 to 22 rolls of film, and I shot maybe 300 digital, but it's still a decent amount of photos. I wish I would have stopped more, but
That's a crazy amount, dude.
dude,
You were like, what was it, a full week, maybe?
9 days.
9 days. Okay. It felt shorter, but I maybe that's just because you were not able to talk as much. But yeah,
It was peaceful with me going
driving
in.
and texting. Hey boys, look at this.
There's no turns. I can I could watch a full length movie before I had to make a turn if I wanted to, I could have. I
Right.
didn't, but if I
Yeah.
wanted to, I could have. I listened to audiobooks. But dude, at one point driving through Kansas, I drove for 3 hours without turning or seeing another car.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's unacceptable.
When we drove through Ontario, which is the longest stretch where you have like no cell service or anything, you go through, I think it's Lake Superior National Park or something like that. And
Yeah.
you're, yeah, like I've driven through BC dozens of times. Like I lived in Vancouver for 5 years. Growing up in Calgary, you drive through the mountains, you're driving through the Rockies, but like you have service. Here, nothing. You have the warning signs of like there are no gas stations for the amount of time it's going to take for you to go through an entire tank of gas. So fill up
Holy
now.
shit.
Grab a jerry can if you need it. And we were like, okay, I guess we're doing this. Fill it up, and then you just go, man. You're driving for hours straight through this. Like you're on like the side of mountains. It's weaving in and out. There was no cell service. There was no service at all for anything. You're something happens, dude. You hope that somebody else is on the highway, and we did not see very many people on that highway. It's really, we saw like a bear on the highway,
Oh, that's sick.
but that's it. He's not gonna help us.
Up there, that'd be black bear,
Yeah, it was a
right?
black bear. It was a
Yeah.
black bear.
Yeah, black bears they're much less scary than the other
Yeah,
option of the big brown mean bastards.
I've ran into both types in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
No, pass, dude.
Camping in Alberta, which I used to do a lot of. Yeah, we've seen some bears.
Mm-mm. I ain't camping in Alberta, dude.
I have
I
a
don't do
crazy
bears.
story. I'll keep it short if you want to hear it.
Fuck yeah, I want to hear. What do you mean keep it short? Who cares? It's my show. I
Well,
want to hear about the
no, it's
bear.
like we'll see. Anyways, I'm camping and with a few friends. We're teenagers and we got super drunk the night that we got there. The next morning, I'm very hungover walking with my friend on a path that leads from the campsite to like the restrooms and showers and stuff, right? And basically just going to go to the bathroom. And uh as we're walking through, you're on like basically a little dirt path, very narrow, trees on both sides of you, bushes and shrubs and stuff, pretty high. You're walled in pretty much, and you get to one point, and on the left, it just clears out. There's a little bit of a clearing, and then it's not very big. And we got into that area where there was a clearing, and there were two bear cubs, and that
Oh
was
no.
that was the sign that we needed to get the fuck out of there. And it did not take more than 4 or 5 steps, and a brown bear emerged from the shrubs in the clearing, and we were like frozen, dude. I didn't know what to do. This was like a big bear with two cubs in very close proximity to us. I'm talking like maybe like 25 feet away from us. And the bear itself was maybe 30. to 35 feet away from us. And we were just like,
On the other side of the Cubs.
yeah, on the other side,
So
beyond the
the Cubs are
Cubs.
between you guys.
Yes, yes.
Not good.
No, it was, dude, without nothing happened, but like nothing had to happen. Like I've never been that scared because I'd never seen anything that big, that close, except for in a zoo, you know, like not in the open with literally nothing stopping it from approaching you. No trees,
And
nothing.
those bears are so scary. Grizzlies are so scary to me. Brown bears and dude, like black bear. What is it? That's like if they're black, fight back. If they're brown, lay down. If they're
Yeah.
white, good night or something, dude.
Yeah. I've never heard that, but that sounds about right. Um, but even back then, like I didn't even have a cell phone. Like I think there were cell phones. Yeah, for sure there were cell phones. Early days. But I think I might have had like the Nokia, the classic Nokia. But
Oh,
it
dude, you
was
could
like
kill the bear with that.
it was the kind of thing where like yeah, like those things you could huck it for sure, kill it. Um, but it's like in those days, I wasn't carrying it with me. It was like emergency use only, And because of that, I like barely touched it. It's like it stayed home most of the time. And so, should we have called some ranger or something to let them know that there is a bear in the grounds? But we didn't because we didn't know what to do. And so the bear ignored us more or less. So we just kept walking and we probably should have turned around, but we didn't. We beeline to the bathrooms because we knew there was going to be more people there. And then, yeah, we walked back the other way that you could go.
Did you even tell the people?
We told people. We told
Oh,
people.
okay.
Yeah.
Go over there and check out what's
Yeah.
over there.
We told a guy, an older dad type guy. Because like I said, we were like 15, 16.
Tell somebody more responsible than teenage Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck that.
I'm not
No,
accountable.
if I was at a campsite and a bear popped out, I would not be camping there anymore. Even if it was a black bear, I'd be like, "This is yours. I understand. We are leaving. Have a good day.
Isn't
Here's a steak. Leave me the fuck alone."
If anyone knows Canada, it was an area called Bragg Creek, and if I say that, people will be like, "Yeah, that makes sense." There's like bears all over that area.
I'll take a note because I'm thinking about coming to visit that area. I'm thinking about coming to Canada sometime in the near future because Canada's not that far from me, dog.
I know. You should come here
Yeah, but you live a long ways away.
in
You
Halifax.
live
Didn't we figure this out
it's like a
before?
20 it's like a 20-hour drive, ain't it?
Oh, is it? I thought it was shorter than that.
Maybe. I'm gonna find. I thought maybe it was 10.
I think it was more like 10.
Oh no, it's 20 hours and 5 minutes.
Is it?
I was right.
I don't remember that
Yeah,
because my memory's
because I
not
have to
that
drive
good.
up through Toronto and Montreal.
Yeah,
You should come to Toronto.
I would meet you in Toronto. Easy. That's easy. It's like a I can it's like a hour flight.
Yeah, but your flights from Canada are a pain in the ass, aren't they?
It's not too bad.
Like Canada to Canada flights, or did it go down now?
I mean, it depends on where you're going and when.
Dude, I would
It's not
drive to
bad.
Toronto.
I could drive to Toronto. We got a new car. I have a
Oh, did you?
reliable vehicle on for the road now for highway
That's right.
driving.
I forgot your car died. That's sad. I hate that. I feel like mine's gonna do it soon.
Man, I was stoked to get a new car. It was like I never bought a car new before.
Yeah, me
Like
either.
like our last car was my wife brought that into our relationship. She had bought it new in 2012 and went the distance, man. We drove across Canada. It was great. Um,
It did its job.
it did its job and then some, man. Um, and yeah, it didn't die. It just became unreliable. It was dying, and then we would have to call it.
Yeah.
There was like just too many. There was just too many times in the last year that we had to call CAA, and we were just like, "All right, that's enough."
You just because you didn't want to deal with them anymore, you're like the car ain't worth dealing
Well,
with
it's
these
just such a
people.
hassle, right? Like it's like you have to call somebody, you have to get it towed, and it happened like when I was in Tokyo. So my wife had her mom down to just kind of stay and visit and keep her company. Um, and it happened to them while they were like out, and that's like the last thing they needed. And
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just like that was like kind of the straw for us.
I am going to convince you to meet me in Toronto.
Toronto or Montreal, man, it's like those places are dope.
Yeah, dude, Montreal's a 10-hour drive for me, I think. That's a brisk day in the car, is what that
Yeah,
is.
and Toronto's got some great camera shops, man.
Toronto does?
Yeah, that's the place where I get my
Shit.
stuff developed. That place I get the
Shit.
sweet deals at.
Yeah, we might have to vlog that. Speaking of, you're supposed to be working on video content. Where's your video content, Dan?
Don't ask. I have mics now. I have a mic, and um, that's what I got. That's it.
I've I've been looking because I sold the drone. I've been looking at getting the DJI Pocket 3. I've been thinking about that, but I have the action camera already, and it does fine. And I know I have my phone, and that's fine. So I'm like, do I really need to get this, or should I just buy some film and hoard the money?
Hmm.
But I don't know. I'm so indecisive right now because I have
I
I
mean,
have all the cameras I want.
yeah, dude, buy the film. Buy the film. Buy film, buy lenses.
I'm not even buying. I don't even want to buy another lens. I have everything I shoot is 50 millimeter pretty much. That's all that interests me for film. I'll shoot everything on digital, but for film, it's mostly 50 millimeter.
I got that 28 and I shot with it for the first time this weekend because it was nice enough out for a few hours before we got walloped again today and last night. Um, and I love it. I think I love it. I shot about half a roll in the FE with the 28 mil that I got on Marketplace. And the guy that I bought it from is like super rad. We've been going back and forth for a while now, uh, just on Instagram, and he's gonna join the next photo walk and stuff.
You're gonna blow up, man. You're gonna blow up on Instagram.
That's a
Yeah.
great way to find people who are like-minded, who might want to come to some photo walks, some film photo walks, man. Is just like there's been a few people where I've been like, as I leave, kind of gauge, whether it's like okay to bring it up, and I'd be like, I got this photo club, and I think it feels dismissive, right? It's just like, oh, cool, like a photo club. But then I'll like send them the link or something, and then they'll see that there have been like photo
Yeah, it's
walks. We've
legit.
done stuff, right? There are people. Um, and then it's like, yeah, it's like people are interested. That's a great way to do it too, man. Just people with a little bit of word of mouth through, you're buying a lens from somebody from an old camera, you're buying a camera.
You're selling me on buying things to
Hmm.
sell a photo event. This is multi-level marketing. I'm regretting this, and I'm gonna tell you. I told Chugwater, Josh. I told Josh earlier. Uh, I told Ulysses earlier, not Josh. On Marketplace, I saw a Nikon F3T, the titanium,
What?
with a Canon AE1 program with a Ricoh SLR, some kind of Pentax, and then like 2-point shoots. It was an old guy, like old guy, old, and he was selling it for $75.
What?
All of it for $75. And I messaged him and I was like, "Hey, dude, normally I would take full advantage of this situation and buy these from you, but you 100% need to Google these and see how much these are worth." There was a
You
story
did the
about the
right
cameras
thing,
and how he
man.
got them.
You did the right thing.
No, I should have just fucking bought that F3T and flipped it, dude, because those
No,
things are so expensive.
I think you did the right thing, man. You did the right thing. Remember I was telling you a while back, like my neighbor thought he had a Leica,
Yeah.
and then it wasn't a Leica at all. It was a Practica.
You were so excited.
And it was covered in mold. Um, but I've been waiting for him to dig it out, right? He said he was gonna, if he gets around to it, he'll dig it out and show me. And I was just like, yeah, man, like if it's in good condition, like I'll buy from you. I'll give you like a fair, but I'm not gonna. It's my neighbor, right? Like, and I think they were under the impression that like they would just give it to me, and I was just like, no way, man. Like, this is what you have potentially. Wasn't the case at all.
Allegedly.
But yeah, like I think you did the right thing, man. I think, especially if he's an older guy, let him know. That
I think he was an older
F3T is
guy.
bonkers. It would have been
Dude,
hard.
I saw it had the power winder and everything.
It would have been extremely difficult to do
I
that,
would have
but
sold it to you.
I would have bought it. I would have bought it from you.
I know. You would have. There would have been zero hesitation.
Yeah.
I would be like, hey, I have an F3T. You want to meet in Toronto? And you'd be like, I literally bought the tickets. I'll see you
Yeah,
tomorrow.
dude. Easy. Easy.
It was so clean. I don't think I'm trying to think of a nice. I believe the man suffered from some kind of intellectual issues
Mm-hmm.
based on my conversations with him, and I think he was very appreciative of it because he took it down. And I have seen the AE1 pop back up with a better price on it, and I was like, okay, it's the same guy. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, that he did some research. I bet he was shitting bricks when he looked at the price of the F3T and was like, oh my god, I almost sold this for $75. All of these, because what the F3T is going for 700 or 800, isn't it?
Oh, I bet more than that.
Probably. I don't know. I'm not really the Nikon guy. That's you guys.
Yeah, it would be more than that for sure.
That
I'm confident of that. A good condition one can easily go for way more than that.
it was mint. It
Yeah.
looked so clean.
You can get like FM2s for like $700 that are like that look like they've never been touched. Like those go for
The
like 700.
FM2s?
Yeah, like what I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, there's FM2s are going for fairly cheap around here. I see them all the time for like 250 to 350.
I'm speaking about like eBay prices. The guys that can like show you proof that like there's still like the paper on when you open the film back. Um it's like never been used. Yeah, they can go for that much for sure.
That's crazy. I'll have to keep an eye out. One of my buddies is selling an FG, and I've been playing around with the idea of just
FG
snagging it to say I have one. I think that's what it is, Nikon FG.
doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, Nikon FG. It's a lightweight 35 millimeter film SLR manufactured between 82 and 86.
I mean, I'm gonna sound like a dick. I'm a Nikon snob. There's Leica snobs. I'm a Nikon snob. And it probably is a great camera, but there are some shitty Nikons that came out around that era that look like there's the ones that like look like an FE, an FE2. There's ones that look like the FMs. Um, but unless they are those, they're likely like not great cameras. A lot of electronics in them that fail. Like not they're just not as reliable.
I think that one's mechanical
Mechanical?
with metal shutters. They have
Oh,
the
could be.
metal leaf shutter, I think.
And maybe I just haven't looked into the FG that much because, like I said, it wasn't ringing a bell. So there are just some to watch out for.
When the body started going mostly plastic is when I start having doubts
Hmm.
about the camera itself. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, like even my FE is like I've know people that the electronics have failed and I don't want that to happen. That's why I bought my FM2 to just have like a fully mechanical backup of a camera like an era of those Nikons that I freaking love, right? I fell in love with that FE, man, and it's hard to shoot the FM2 even some days because I'm just like it's so similar and in ways a lot of ways better, but I put so many rolls through that FE now. I just love it. I love it to death. And it's
Yeah, it feels
aperture
like an
priority,
extension of
so it's a
you.
little easier. So if I'm feeling a little lazy, I just take it out, shoot an aperture priority. It's great.
The other thing I was thinking about buying with my spoils of drone warfare is I was just thinking about getting another A1.
Yeah, do it.
I was just thinking about. I have no reason to. Mine works great. Mine works fine. I've shot great photos with that.
It when other I mean we talk about this all the time, my ethos.
That is not real, Dan.
But I'm going to say, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say though, like when I see um similar cameras, like if an FE or an FM2 or even like a KM, Pentax KM like pops up, those are like my three like god tier cameras that I've ever used that I love that are just like really great cameras. Um I will snatch them up if I can. I've been too slow when some have popped up, like an FM2 popped up recently. I was just too slow. I didn't see it. I don't check Marketplace that often, so
I'm bad at it. I'm bad about it. Daily, at least daily.
sometimes it's like I usually have it open while I'm working, but a lot of these ones have like popped up over the weekend. I don't really check it during the weekends.
There's about to be a whole new slew of them popping up here soon in the U.S. because of tax season,
Oh yeah,
and
interesting.
everybody gets their money back. They're
Yeah.
going to be dropping a ton of them, and I'm waiting. I'm gonna be snagging things. Have you picked up anything new recently, or have you gotten it just film?
Nothing, man. I'm getting rid of gear if I can. I'm trying to
Really?
get rid of like 4 cameras.
What are you getting rid of?
Well, the Canon FTB, I'll never shoot it. It just is like it's in great shape, like in truly amazing condition. And the 50 mil, that glass is, but it's just a camera I'll just never use. It's just,
Does the light meter work in it?
yeah, everything works. It's great.
I might be interested in that. That's why you mentioned that one.
And I do have those two Canon point and shoots that I mean they're not taking up any space, but do I need them? I never reach for them. I have my Mew and I have my LF35 and those are great.
You really need that Pentax point and shoot though, the one that got away.
Yeah, I mean if the guy would message me back, I would absolutely get that.
Dude, I will not stop harping on that.
I really am just trying to get stuff that I just have the stuff that I reach for be the only stuff I have. And if I have anything else, it is honestly just backups of those cameras. What I want, man, and what I've been kind of pining for these days is the Nikon ZF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are sharp. I'm not even a Nikon fan, and those look sharp as hell.
I
Just
mean,
the way they're made are great.
it's been out for a while, and I feel like I'm seeing more content recently. Like they must have had like some sort of push. The marketing division sent out cameras to more influencers, and so I'm seeing like videos pop up of like people who like haven't used it yet, and they're making new videos that aren't just like, excuse me, the slew of videos that you get when a product first releases. And I'm just seeing more and more. And, it's got, I think, a couple years under its belt now. So it's got like several firmware updates and it's got
The
this,
bugs are worked out.
yeah, like it's got this like new feature. It's got like a grain setting that is like supposed to be really nice, really, really nice
And camera?
in camera. Yeah.
Shit.
I know.
How much are those going for?
Uh, Canadian right now, I can get one. I was looking at it today with the 40 mil kit lens that comes with it. I think it was
I'm getting the
3,100,
phone.
like 3,100 Canadian.
You can get them. Look at MPB.
Oh yeah,
MPB has them. Well, I don't know what the conversion rate is. $1,500 on MPB.
I'll have to look that up.
I did want to pay you a compliment and say that it seems like you're finding your visual style more and like your visual voice
Oh, thanks,
through
man.
like your composition and like the way you're framing shots. I've gotten messages about how good your photos have been from
Oh
multiple
wow,
people.
that's insane.
Your Japan photo, they had one Japan photo of the girl with the umbrella.
Which one? I took so many of them.
What do you mean, which one?
I can't honestly
I
can't
know it
think of
was
which
you.
one.
I know it was you. Hang on. If it's not you, I'm gonna cut this out and say a different photo. But
Oh, with the like the parasol.
that's an umbrella too.
Right, but I
Yes,
mean, honestly,
the
dude, when you're
parasol.
there, everyone has umbrellas. Like almost, and I was there during what was a rainy 2 weeks. So like I have a lot of pictures of people with umbrellas.
That's fair. I should have been more
But I know which one you're
specific,
talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was when I was
dude.
walking. That was when I was on a walk with Jason Garcia, that Tokyo Grit and Grain guy. It was like
Such a good shot.
we just left the meetup like spot where we met at Sensoji Temple, and we were walking we basically went around that area a little. It took us forever to find each other because it was a holiday and the temple was like popping, dude. Like I'd never seen that many people in one place in my trip up to that point. It was like wall to wall, shoulder to shoulder people. It was crazy. And it was like a super popular temple, right? A lot of people are there for those exact kind of pictures that that girl was having taken, right? Where they're all dressed up in like kimonos and like ceremonial kind of like I think a graduation, I think it might have been, or something like that. And so that's everywhere. And there are like photo shoots happening all over that area. And then we were walking, we kind of we exited the temple area out the side, like not through the main kind of entry point. So we kind of just found this like side exit, more or less. And then we were on this like really, really quiet side street. Um, and as we were walking, yeah, there was just this photo shoot happening, and I just fully from the hip. Yeah, fully from the hip. I didn't even we both of us took a picture. I don't think either of us noticed the other photographer because they were like several tiers above us. Like we were on lower ground. And he was behind like a bush for us where we were. So we didn't even see this other photographer at first. And she looked like she was posing for a photographer. We just didn't see them. And yeah, I think Jason might have as well. We just shot from the hip because we were close enough that we didn't want to like pull their attention, and I didn't want to like stand there and like pull my camera up to my face and then have her break contact with the photographer that was taking the photo, and it just worked.
Dude, it's such a good photo.
Oh, thanks, man.
It's one of every now and then I see a photo, I'm like, fuck, I wanted to be the one that took that. And that's one of those photos from like, damn it, Dan.
Total fluke, man. Total fluke.
I feel like most of the good ones are. It's just sheer dumb luck. Right place, right time, and just to have the wherewithal to actually fire off the shutter.
I've been doing a lot of, well, first of all, thank you for the compliment. And I've been trying to do more just intentional, like, especially in the winter, the majority of the shooting I've done has been on those photo walks because it's like the time where we're out. And even then, it's been so cold on some of those days that my camera's like locked up. Like it's that cold. It's like not something
Oh, I
that's,
know.
it's not fun to do, right? And so it's been hard to like take, because when you're on a photo walk, you're not taking photos that are like every photo that I've shown you guys, even in the last few days of just like stuff that I've either been posting or shared with you guys, are all just like random frames from the things I'm doing throughout the day, right? Um, I'm not shooting with like a lot of intention. I'm just shooting. But I have found a few moments where I've been like in in like a place or in a setting where like it makes sense. Like I was just at my barber shops, and I think I showed some of those photos on that Lucky Black and White today, where because he's a really good buddy of mine. We've known each other for years and years, and he's also my barber. So went there one morning for a haircut. I was the first appointment of the day. Place was empty. He doesn't give a shit if I take photos, so I just started taking photos and shot him there, and I shot like the area. Um, I couldn't get the flash to work, which is just the joy of my Mew. Sometimes the flash works and sometimes it doesn't. I thought there was enough light, but there just wasn't in some of the shots. But it was still fun. And then weirdly, I found this other barber shop the other day, and I started shooting there. It's a very old barber shop. It's been around, I think, since like the 1940s. It's got like this new owner. It's a young guy, kind of young, I guess, and it was closed. I was just there in the morning. I was dropping off film to be sent to downtown camera in Toronto. They have like a drop off point, and super early, and the window was just kind of like open. The curtain was drawn just a little bit, and I'd never been in there, so I just started shooting through the window, and there was a more than enough light, and then a car drove past and started honking at me, and I'm like, "Ooh, God, like sorry," right? But it was just the guy owner. He had just showing up to open up shop, and as I was getting in my car, I kind of apologized to him as he was walking by. And he was just like, "Oh yeah, no worries, man. I just wasn't sure if you wanted a haircut or not." He's like, "I hadn't opened up," and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm good for a haircut." And I was just like, but do you mind if I come in and like shoot some photos? The place looks really cool. I've never been in there. I used to live in the North End where that place is, but I'd never been in that barbershop. It's called Damone's. And he's like, yeah, sure. He's still got a lot of the old stuff. The like the barber chairs are all like original,
The old
crazy
like the
old.
actual rocker style
Yeah,
ones.
like
Yeah, dude.
super uncomfortable, but it's there, man, and it
They look
works.
cool as shit.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and so yeah, he let me take a bunch of photos. I actually don't even remember what I was shooting. I had the Mew, but I don't remember what film's in there.
Oh, you haven't developed this yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, you still got to get through the rest of the roll before you get it developed?
I just finished the roll the other day. I think it might have been HB5. I can't remember. Um, but yeah, so then, so now I have two barbershop shoots. There's a lot of old barbershops in this city. It's a military like city, right? It's a lot of military bases here and a lot of like military headquarters and stuff here in Halifax. And
That's a
so
cool project there.
yeah, so there's a lot of old barbershops because of that have been around forever, and you go in, it's the type of place that just they do buzz cuts. That's it.
Yeah, they have one haircut and they've
Yeah.
had it since the 40s.
And it's cool. And some of those places are still run by the original owners. So I'm definitely thinking that I might turn that into something. And that could be cool and
It's
fun.
cool. It's really cool that you like apologized and then he asked about the haircut and then you could have ended the interaction there, but then you were like, but like that right that like actually taking the initiative to ask, I feel like that's a big step for a photographer because most of us would just get in the car and drive away nine
Yeah,
times out of ten.
I thought about
And then
it.
there's something that's like
Yeah.
you gotta ask.
Because I'd peeked inside, right? I saw how cool it actually was. And I was just like, oh, there was like even just the old coat racks that are like nailed to the wall. They looked original. And it was kind of all I could kind of see from just the crack in the window. I was just like, honestly, if it was just that, but it ended up being like a lot more photographs. I probably shot like maybe half a roll in there.
I would have probably dumped the whole roll because I need to take that kind of initiative because if somebody talks to me, dude, I go out of my way to not talk to them.
I didn't want to push my luck though,
Yeah,
too, right? Like, because we were talking and he was like kind of telling me the history and stuff, and I don't want to just be if he's taking the time to do that, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, cool, right? Oh yeah,
yeah.
interesting. And I'm also like distracted by taking photos. So, we chatted and he told me a bunch of stories and the history and I got like kind of like a portrait ish of him as well, like clean up his station for the day. And I said, do you mind if I take a photo? And then he started to pose and I was just like, no, just keep keep just tidying your station.
You gave direction.
Yeah.
That's
Well, because as soon as
that's
he turned
good.
around, it was just like it felt like a like stiff.
He didn't have that same relaxation that you saw when
Yeah.
he started
I
cleaning his
think he's
station.
like a military guy, if I had to guess. So
He went to attention right away.
kind of. And so I was just like, yeah, man, just keep doing your thing. And he did. And that was when I grabbed a picture. He was like right in front of a mirror, so I got his back, but his reflection in the mirror. Um, And it was fun. I'm gonna see what else I can find. I actually started documenting this old. Um, uh, I don't think it's anywhere else in the East Coast or in Canada. There's a specific convenience store. They're called Quickway, but Quick is spelled Kwik. And they're old, man. They look old. The signs are old. There's a few of them left in town. One's actually closing this month. So I got to get there because it's going to be torn down. And so the plan is to go there this weekend. I shot another one, just the exterior. If you go inside, if they're still being run and they're in the right neighborhood, they don't look as old on the inside as they do on the outside. And you get a lot of
Like the
like,
updates.
yeah, like modern, like lottery signs and stuff like that. So it just doesn't feel as cool as the outside, right? Where you got the old icebox machine and stuff like that. And the signage is like super iconic, like black and yellow, like black sign with like, or yellow sign with like black text on it.
I think there's Quickways out on the West Coast.
Maybe I've never seen them before.
I don't know. It might be an entirely different brand because it's international. Like
Oh yeah, like
from here to there, different copyright.
I mean, there may be quick ways. First, there's a specific type of quick way here.
Yeah, there's a certain aesthetic to the Quickways.
And they're obviously disappearing because, like, I think two or three have shut down over the last few years. So if I can, I'm going to. It's really just development. They're being torn down and condos are being thrown up. Um,
Always condos, dude.
yeah, the city's really bad for that. So there's that. And then the last thing is I live right near Irving Oil or Imperial Oil. Um, and so it's a big oil refinery right because I like to live outside of Halifax in Eastern Passage. And you have to kind of, it feels like you leave the city just a little bit before you get back into Eastern Passage. And it's basically just a little fishing village, but it is still part of Halifax. And there's in that stretch where it feels like you kind of leave the city for a little bit. Um, there's like a military base, and then there's a huge oil refinery. There's the train yards that you guys always see me posting graffiti from. That's all in this like little stretch. And the oil refinery is like you remember that video game Pipe Dream from back in the NES days? I think it was a puzzle game. It's kind of like I think it was like a snake style game where it's like you build the pipes and you basically have like a mess of pipes and you gotta like find your way through the pipes or something like that. And I remember the cover of the NES like box art, and it was just like a maze of pipes. That's what this place just looks like. It is bonkers looking. And when I was shooting with the 28 mil this weekend and trying it out and just kind of like basically running a bunch of distance tests with it, is like, how close do I need to be to like frame this thing out so much wider than I normally shoot? So, um, and then yeah, like that place was kind of, there was a nice light and there was like the way it was like kind of coming through this maze of pipes. I basically just slammed on the fucking brakes, dude, as I was driving and like pulled into this little tiny parking area and started shooting that. And I don't know if they turned out, but I'm kind of the most excited about those photos than I have been of like anything for a while.
You can't get your hopes up because that's when the roll goes bad. You can't do that.
I know, but it's cool because everything is rusty and it's like this old refinery tanks in the background. It looks completely like it's not used anymore, but it is. And I don't know how because everything is just rusted to shit and disgusting looking. But yeah, I mean it's like it's barricaded off. You can't get in. There's like fences and stuff, but I would love to get in there. Even just 50 feet past the gate would you would be in like the thick of this pipe maze, and I would just love to take photos of that stuff.
When I was growing up, we had a town to the north of us had a place called Total Refinery, and it was huge. And we had to drive through this on the way to my grandparents every time. And on the way back home at night, it would remind me of the Emerald City from The
Mm.
Wizard of Oz so much because it was like and their lights were green on it. And there's something about oil refineries for me, so I'm excited to see those. That'll bring back a lot of nostalgia for me because they tore that down. That's gone now. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I would have thought that this place was on its way to being torn down until I only found out recently because I've only lived in this area for like 5 years. And before I have lived in Halifax for almost 20 years, but I've never been out to this area until we bought a house out in this area. I never came here for fun or anything like that. Eastern Passage was just like I'd heard of it and like that's it. It felt
That's it.
you hear about it and you feel from the way it was described, it felt like it was just so far out that you just never went there. But it's not very far at all. It's like only like 25 minutes from like the downtown core. It's like really not far at all. Um, but yeah, there's like all this cool stuff out here, man. Do you know Robbie Maynard on
I know
YouTube?
the name. Yeah, I think I've talked to him about coming on before.
He does a lot of like super interesting photography. I never would have thought I would be interested in like that kind of long, like large format, long exposure, documentary photography of like the American landscape being kind of changed by like factories and just like the evolving landscape basically until I started seeing how he's doing it and how he frames it. And then I'm starting to see those parallels where I live, especially now that I'm out of the city roughly and I'm like in this area like I just described and there's a like a lot of that there is a lot of that stuff. Like they took wetlands and marshland and built an oil refinery on it, and that changed everything, right? They took similar land and they built a whole like auto port on it for it's like a sea of cars where those train yards are that I always take photos. It is like a sea of cars as far as you can see. It's just paved, and it's where all the cars come in from overseas. They dock there and then they get put onto trains, hence the train cars, and they get shipped all across Canada.
The corporations are ruining everything, but they're doing it sometimes in aesthetically pleasing ways, and it's
Yeah.
frustrating.
I mean, I don't know how aesthetically pleasing they are for the people who just live there who aren't photographers and aren't looking at it that way and see it as invasive, which I also see it as incredibly
Oh
invasive.
yeah, I do too.
But like there is like I don't think I've seen anybody else documenting this in this area or in the city even. So, and I'm out here. It's literally like a 5 minute drive from where I live. So
That's a good Substack article too. That's a good video.
I just thought for a long time, I just saw it as ugly and we would drive past it, except for the graffiti on the trains and stuff. I love that stuff. But everything else, it was more of just like a God, I can't wait to get past this stuff. And then we're back in civilization, right? Um, and now, and then slowly but surely, I just started to see interest there. And now I just have to
It's
find a
funny how that
way.
works.
Yeah. And now I just have to find a way in, you know?
I'm going to reveal a secret. I know other people use this method, but I don't know if I've told you about it.
Mm,
Lately, to find things to shoot, I have a whole Google Maps thing put together, but I've been using Google Earth to scroll over areas I'm interested in to
mm,
see. A lot of the times there'll be these factories, but if you use Google Earth, you can see things that used to be part of the grounds but are still publicly accessible.
mm.
And I'm wondering if something like that is around there. You've probably looked at it on Google Earth already.
No, I never did. And that's a great point, man, because there are a lot of, I guess it's really, I may not be able to get in, but it is sometimes just about finding a different vantage point than from the highway, for instance, which is just, where those main entry points are, right? It's heavily fenced. And in the case of like the oil refinery, it's up on a slope kind of, or there is a slope in front of it. And so it is really hard to get a shot. You can't climb the slope. The slope is behind a fence, but it's blocking everything, right? So you really can only get a few angles essentially through the gate to just get some of these shots. Whereas if I could just approach it from another angle on accessible land, then yeah.
You should take a look because I have had really good luck. I've gotten really good at identifying abandoned shit from Google Earth. There's just a look to it. Like
You know.
You'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know. Like grown up grass and then a dark tin colored roof usually. And I'm like, that's a barn.
Yeah.
That's a barn, and I'm going to it. Like there's some stuff. I have went on and on about how boring this fucking area is, but up north of here, I found several abandoned barns, grain elevators, and stuff like that. And I'm thinking about taking a day to go out and actually shoot that stuff
Yeah.
on the 6x9 because I want to make a video with the 6x9. And I don't know, maybe that'll be a good thing for that. I don't know what the hell I don't know what the concept of it's going to be other than look at all this dead shit, like all the other dead shit I've taken photos of.
But I think where, and I don't mean to bring up Robbie again, but like, I think that's not thinking about it, and maybe you're not thinking about this as well, but this is just how I interpreted what you just said. Is it's like looking for an angle for the content, but just find the angle that works for you and then just make that the content,
Yeah.
regardless of whether you think it's going to resonate with anybody or not, because as long as it resonates with you, it will be interesting to people because you are and seem genuinely interested in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you speak passionately or knowingly or you've put thought into something, I think people are much more interested in what people have to say. Because there are certain creators or people in the influential sphere, whatever the fuck it is, but like you can tell they are not passionate about what they're doing and they don't care about what they're doing. And this is just, well, I'm going through the motion. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the
Yeah,
fucking
we were
Nightmare
just
Land.
talking about
And
it
they
the other
hate
day,
it.
weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
And it's really frustrating to see somebody who clearly doesn't like what they're doing, but they continue to do it because they're so afraid of losing the audience. And I don't have the audience to lose, so maybe I have that benefit
Exactly.
going for me.
Dude, exactly. You have, it's a prime opportunity to do it the way you want to do it so that you don't feel trapped by producing something that you think people need to see or want to see, and instead, yeah, just doing it because you love it. I mean, even Kyle, right, is a perfect example of that. He makes, I wouldn't call them entertaining videos. They're almost meditative because he's so chill, and but he speaks so passionately about what he's doing and how he's doing it that if you're, I think if you're a human being, you don't even have to be a photographer. You can find interest in that, right? Because you're just seeing someone enjoy something and treat it like purely.
There's this guy I watch on Facebook Reels sometimes, and he was a documentary filmmaker in it looks like between the 60s and the 90s.
Mm.
And he'll put out these little like mini documentaries on Reels about like people making rakes out of tree branches or people making rope out of whatever the hell they make rope out of. But the way he talks about it, I'm sold. The minute one of those pops up, I am completely sold on it. So a lot of it has to be from the passion and excitement about learning and seeing things from a different perspective or sharing your perspective with the world. And I think that's what a lot of the content creators or photographers have been doing lately is they're just churning out. They see somebody's doing shooting on the new Ilford Fuckboy 3000 film. I hate that film. I'm sorry. It's Harmon or whatever. I hate that shit. I think it's
The
ugly.
Azura?
That bullshit. Yeah, that.
Yeah, you asked, you sent us the message, me and Hans. We talked about it on the podcast.
I know.
Hans changed my mind on it. I was in the same camp as you until he gave me a solid use case. And at the end of the day, what it boiled down to, just to let me finish, is it's just one roll, right? One roll.
Yeah.
What's it, in the grand scheme of things, whatever, right? And if like he presented a good use case for something that I have coming up, a trip that I have coming up, and it's just like, yeah, you're right. I can bang a roll of film out in a couple hours. What's the
Yeah.
what's the what's the cost here really? And what if I love it?
I have a use case for it, actually, even though I talk shit about it.
Yeah.
And I know. So the first thing I thought of when I saw this shit, I was like, that looks like a negative they haven't converted yet,
Yeah.
is what I thought about a lot of this. And I'm like, I bet with the right filters or the right color selection, you could produce some real cool shit with this. But I can't figure out what that cool shit is or what filters it would be to do that. So I'm just going to talk shit about it until I do. So
You know what's funny? I just found something out new. Obviously, having shot film for many of the early years of my life, but obviously just shooting it the way anyone would shoot film, just the way you
yeah,
learn
willy nilly.
the way you learn it's meant to be shot. You put it in the camera and you just fire away. But now I'm looking at film in a whole new way, right? Over the last few years. But yeah, now I'm obviously like, shooting film in a way that I never shot it before in my whole life and experimenting more and trying a whole world of film stocks has opened up to me and like all of these things. And then I learned about red scale photography just the other day on Substack. I didn't know what that was. I was like, at first I thought they were just shooting with Harman Red, but it looks so much cooler than that. And it's just, I guess it's just like turning your negative backwards, right? Loading the film backwards.
I'm not quite sure how it works. Did you see Clark Myers red Harmon Red? He shot at Harmon Red, but did you see his photos?
I did, yeah.
I thought red scale photography was so stupid until I saw those, and I was like, well, I'm making an investment.
Yeah, like I can't this is different than Harman Red. It is shooting the way I understood, the way it was described was that you're just, I guess, how would you do? I'm not too sure how I guess you would need to spool it yourself, right? Because you can't, because like some film canisters only go into a camera one way, right? And in order to shoot this, you would have to flip it upside down, in which case some cameras will not accept the canister in that direction.
You'd have to like
So you could do it.
flip the spool around. I'd have to flip the spool around and everything because
Well, you
I
would
have a
load,
daylight loader.
wouldn't you would just load it with the film upside down.
My film canisters go one way into my loader. It only fits the proper way, so you don't load backwards. So I'd have to like flip the actual reel
Yeah.
inside my loader around. I could do it, but that's interesting.
Yeah, you would, because I know it's because you're shooting bulk, so it's gonna be rolled the way you need it to be rolled. This would be
Yeah,
literally reversing that. Yeah, it's like a
I just have to
process.
flip it. Well, what effect does that have on black and white?
I don't know, but I saw I wish I could remember who did it, but the stuff I saw was like really cool, man. It looked awesome. Because I'm like you, man. I'm like not super into the weird color films, especially the monochromatic ones. Like I just don't like the look. It's just not for me and what I like to shoot. But there are people who do good work with it and use it interestingly. And this was that, but I just liked the results better. They looked more consistent because it is. It's not like a weird emulsion that could vary
Yeah,
from frame to frame. It is like, I guess you could do it with maybe Kodak Gold or something. Something really solid with like consistent results across the roll, right? Like you could do. I'm guessing.
you could do it. I have a way you can do it. You just need a dark bag.
Yeah, I just need a
Just
dark
put your
bag.
film
Yeah,
in the dark bag, pull it out,
yeah.
flip it, tape it. And yeah, I could do it that way. What could I do that with? I need to send you a picture of my film fridge, and you can pick what I'm doing that with.
All
Maybe
right.
I'll try it with Phoenix.
You could. I wonder what that would look like. Maybe it would look normal.
I don't know. I'm kind of maybe it'll. It's a perfectly fine photo emulsion. It looks great.
Yeah.
It, it looks like Actachrome without the price tag.
Can you imagine?
But all right, dude, we are at two
Yes.
hours.
Damn,
So
that's
I know, dude. It's been a minute since we got together on here.
yeah, since we chatted in face to face, it's been a while. Since your
Stag party.
yeah, your stag, which was a
I
time.
was. I deleted every bit of footage from that.
And you should have.
That We got to do a group call again soon after Hans and George get done doing with whatever it sounds like they're doing.
Yeah.
It's whatever. It sounds like they're high stress, and I'm like, no, you
Yeah.
guys have fun with that.
This was awesome, man. I'm so glad we finally got a chance to like catch up like this. It didn't feel like a podcast. It really just felt like our normal chat. So it was nice.
Yeah, and I'm really glad. Like, these are literally the only notes I took. So, like, this was the notes from earlier. So it's like, I was like, I know Dan well enough. We're going to get through this together. And if not, we just won't release this. We just had a nice phone call.
Honestly, man, this was great. I loved it. And I'll send you the parasol picture so you can use as the thumbnail.
Yes, send me that. I would very much appreciate that. I was going to ask for that one.
Nice.
But I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go eat dinner, and I'm going to talk to you soon in the group chat. I'm not even going to pretend like I'm going to talk to you later. I'm going to talk to you in probably...
Yeah, we're literally talking in like 5 minutes.